Liverpool Football Club, a fantastic team with so much history, a proud and loyal fan base, and a list of legends that goes on and on. One of the biggest and most supported clubs in England, and rightfully so. Anfield has been the home to many fantastic Liverpool squads over the years, but in recent history, it's not been the home of as much silverware as some of their rivals. With only one major honour in the past decade, many fans believe that the time for patient transition has passed and that trophies are now mandatory in the short term. With Klopp at the helm and a wealth of young talent, the future does look bright for the Reds. So after our Manchester United story last week, it's now time to turn to one of their big rivals, as today in this video, we'll start and finish a full Liverpool career mode. If you guys are new to the channel, then please do subscribe for daily FIFA 18 career mode videos, and don't forget to comment down below what team you want to see next. But without further ado, welcome to one of the teams I was so excited to do. It's our full Liverpool career mode story, and we start now. Okay, so as we enter the career mode then, we are going to take a look at Liverpool's squad and the budget as well, but first and foremost, the objectives for our first season here at Anfield. Now, I'm quite interested to see those domestic aims and what those are in the first season, but for the youth development aims, as you can see, these are two short-term, low-priority objectives, the first of which is to sign at least 2 players younger than 20 years old with potential greater than the average overall ratings of players currently in the same position, and also grow 1 youth academy player by at least 5 overall points as soon as they've grown, played them in 5 matches, either as part of the starting 11 or coming on as a sub. The brand exposure objective, short-term, is a critical priority, and that is to gain £132 million earnings from shirt sales with a season. Why don't they just round it up? It's only £1, lads, come on. And long term is to earn £334,399,998 through media earnings within 3 seasons. Now, the continental objective is very tough here in our first season. It's a high priority, and we're supposed to reach the semi-finals of the Champions League in our first season here at Anfield. We've got Dortmund, Barcelona and Nice in our group. It's going to be hard enough just to qualify for the knockout stages, but to reach the semi-finals, I got to be honest here, that is going to be an extremely tough objective. And domestically, these are extremely tough objectives as well. It's a critical priority, and in the short term, we need to finish in the top 4. That's definitely doable. Liverpool did that last season, but win the FA Cup as well. So to win the FA Cup, finish in the semi-finals of the Champions League, and finish in the top 4 as well in just our first season at Anfield, we have certainly got our work cut out. And a low priority short-term objective in the financial section is to reduce player wages by £66,000 a week. And as for the Liverpool transfer budget, they've got £66.8 million to work with in the first season, with 285 grand in the wage budget. Now, I've got to be honest here, if we're to hit all 3 of those objectives, I think we need to bring in some new players, and that's not a lot of money in today's market. I'm quite disappointed about that. But as for the squad, I'm certainly not going to be disappointed about this. This is a really, really decent team, and of course, with Liverpool keeping Philippe Coutinho in the summer transfer window as well, I'm excited for our first season, despite those very tough aims. Now, this is probably the best first 11 we can assemble with Liverpool based on rating alone, and it is a very decent team. I do like it a lot, but with Liverpool, despite how good they are going forward, my main objective in the first transfer window is to strengthen this back line. As good as they are on the attack, they can at times be quite fragile defensively, so my main aim in the summer transfer window is to strengthen this defence, mainly the left back role, and also bring in a new centre back as well. So I've identified my #1 transfer target for the summer window, and it shouldn't come as much surprise to you to see who it is. It's Virgil van Dijk, the 83 rated 25-year-old centre-back currently playing for Southampton, who the Reds were so keen on signing in this past summer window in real life, but sadly couldn't complete the deal. He's valued at £24 million. I think we'll have to pay a little bit over the odds for that, but this guy has to come into Anfield. He is my #1 target, and I won't take no for an answer. I'm bringing this guy in straight away. Well, I'm pretty confident he's going to cost more than £24 million to begin with, so not going to waste Southampton's time with a valuation offer and go straight in with a £29 million bid. I think it'll cost even more than that, but that is £5 million over his current market valuation. We'll see what they say first to that bid. No, as you can see, they want £40 million. Not too much of a surprise. He's definitely worth that in real life, in my opinion. I'm such a big fan of Van Dijk, I really am. But not really sure I want to go straight in with that £40 million they're asking for. So I'll go to £35 million and see what they say to that one. And Liverpool are sticking to their price tag. They are playing hardball just like they did in real life. But you know what? If you're going to offer £40 million and say you'll let him go for that, I'm going to take it. He's certainly worth that in my opinion. He's a class centre-back. He really is. We need to improve the defence. He's my #1 target. So I'll need that £40 million to bring him in. And now let's go straight in with the contract offer as well. Van Dijk will most likely ask for a pay increase, but whatever he's going to cost, we need to make sure he comes in. So we've met Van Dijk's agent and agreed on 3 key components in the contract. He's going to be a crucial first team member on a 5-year deal with no release clause. However, he wants an awful lot of money here at Anfield. 135 grand weekly wages with a 1.75 million sign-on bonus, and after 5 clean sheets, getting 920 grand as well. So whilst I want to keep Van Dijk happy and I'm not against paying that sort of money, I'd much rather reduce those bonuses. So I'm going to adjust those bonuses there. 1.5 mil on the sign-on bonus, taking off £250 million, and also taking a clean sheet bonus to 700 grand after 5 games. Not adjusting the weekly wage, but that's okay with Virgil van Dijk and his agent as well. So Van Dijk is in. It's quite a lot of money. Most of our budget gone already, but he was my #1 target. We needed to get him in, and I'm so glad we've done it straight away. Welcome to Liverpool, Virgil van Dijk. Now we do have a bid here from Slaven Bilic's West Ham for Ragnar Klavan of £6.2 million. And of course with Van Dijk now in, the Estonian centre-back isn't really going to be used that much this season here at Anfield. It's 200 grand over his valuation, and I'm not against selling him for that. We could get a little bit more money, so I'll negotiate and see how high I can get the Hams to bid. Okay, well I asked them for 7.5 mil and they said no, that was our final offer. So yeah, in the end it is just going to be £6.2 million. But I'll take it, I'll take it. Now there's also a bid here for James Milner, and Besiktas want to take the seasoned Englishman for £11.1 million. Now of course we do want to sign a new left back, but I like Milner because he's so versatile and so high energy. However, at 31 years old, he's not going to be in the first 11 once we sign a new left back. I'm not against letting him go, so again I'll negotiate and hopefully, third time lucky, I'll get a little bit more money. Now it is 2.6 million over his valuation right now, but I'm going to ask for £12 million, only an extra 900 grand, but with Liverpool every penny is going to count with £66 million transfer budget, and Besiktas say yeah, £12 million, so 12 mil for Milner. I'll certainly take that since he won't be in the first 11 much longer anyway. And yeah, another bid here, this time for Adam Bogdan, our Hungarian goalkeeper from Aston Villa. He's not a bad option for the squad, but with Karius, with Mignolet, and of course Danny Ward, who was so good for Huddersfield last year on loan as well, I'm fine letting him go to Villa Park for 1.15 mil. They can take him. However, the Hungarian will stay here as he could not reach agreeable terms with Villa. However, we have sold James Milner and Ragnar Klavan for a combined total of £18.2 million. So decent little options there, but they're both gone now. We'll have to look to strengthen once again. And now since our starting left back has gone, why don't we try and replace him straight away with a player who I think will be much better for this team and younger as well. Rafael Guerreiro of Borussia Dortmund, who can play in a wide variety of positions just like Milner could too, and he's 8 years younger and 1 rating better. This guy looks like an absolutely fantastic versatile player, and I really want him here at Liverpool with these sort of stats as well. Let's put in a bid and see if we can get him to Anfield. So Dortmund want £39 million for Rafael Guerreiro, which is an awful lot of money. That's just 1 million less than what we paid for Virgil van Dijk, so we really do want to get him cheaper than that. So let's propose a new transfer fee of let's go £34 million. That's still 13 million over his market valuation now, and that'll still give us a little bit more money in our kitty as well to spend on possibly 1 or 2 more players. So 34 million, a lot of money, but I think he'll be worth that. And Borussia Dortmund saying no, £39 million. Everyone right now is trying to squeeze the pennies out of Liverpool, but this guy does have some really, really sick stats, and the fact he's versatile as well is what I really like about him. So 39 million, it's 18 million over his market valuation, but you know what? At just 23 years old, I really like the look of him. I don't want to miss out. Dortmund, it's a lot more than I wanted to pay, but I'll take it. The only problem is, I don't think we'll have enough money to offer him a contract. as well as a sign-on bonus as well. So I'd like to sell a player before I do that, but I don't think we'll have the time now. So we'll have to hope that we'll be able to convince him to come here with not a big wage increase and also not much of a sign-on bonus as well. Otherwise, we might not be able to afford him. This is going to be quite tricky. Okay, so he is going to be an important first-team player here on a 5-year deal with no release clause on 74 grand a week, or so it seems, with a £1 million sign-on bonus and 770 grand after 10 games. I want to get those bonuses down a little bit though, because once we've paid all this money, we'll have basically nothing left in our budget, and we're only a couple of weeks into the summer transfer window. So I'll edit that bonus, try and get it down a little bit to, let's go to 600 grand and see what they'll say to that. And also the sign-on bonus as well, want to take that down if we can to $750,000 as opposed to the full mil. So let's see what he says to that, and hopefully they'll still be okay with the offer. Well, not exactly. They want the original deal with just £1 grand a week less on the weekly wages, so they may as well not really have bothered, to be honest. So do you know what? It's a lot of money, and right now everyone is picking Liverpool's pockets. But hey, if we need to sign these sort of players and spend this sort of money, then so be it. We need to get much better first team quality, particularly in our back line. Rafael Guerreiro will join Virgil van Dijk. Once again, a lot of money. These players better be worth it. And there he is on the breaking news section, taking James Milner's old number as he takes his place as well. Rafael Guerreiro is in. What a big new signing for Liverpool. Now, we also have a bid here for Danny Ings, and Galatasaray want to take the English striker to Turkey for £10.1 million. And whilst the former Burnley striker is not that bad at 76 rated, he's barely played for Liverpool since he signed a couple years ago due to injuries, and I'm not against letting him go for that sort of fee as well. We'll try and negotiate, get a couple more million, but I'm fine letting him go. I think I'm fine with that. So we're going to ask for 11.25 mil, and that's $2.25 million over his current market valuation right now, and see what Galatasaray say. But unfortunately, they're going to say no. 10.1 million is the only offer they'll give us. So we're not, I say we, I mean, I am not doing very well with the transfer negotiations today. But you know what? £10.1 million, I'll take that. And the reason being is because what we can do is recall Divock Origi, the Belgian striker currently playing for Wolfsburg on loan right now. Now that would cost significantly less to recall him from Germany. And in the end, that's probably going to be a better decision for us because he's currently 2 ratings higher and also 3 years younger as well. So we'll wait for that deal to go through, and once it does, we'll recall Origi for what, 972 grand? Yeah, that's great business sense. And so there you have it. Danny Ings goes to Galatasaray for just over 10 million. We'll see £8 million of that, but whilst that does reduce our striker role in squad depth, we can now go ahead and recall Origi for under £1 million from Wolfsburg. And with him being 2 ratings higher than Ings and also 3 years younger as well, I think that is really, really good business sense. 891 grand actually now it costs to recall him. That's a really good deal in my opinion. Let's get him back to Anfield. Now we're also going to go ahead and put in a bid here for this Stoke goalkeeper Jack Butland, 24 years old, 81 rated. And whilst we've got Charities, whilst we've got Mignolet as well, sometimes both of those goalkeepers can be a little bit shaky between the sticks at Anfield, and I'd love a decent young English talent to come in and be our new starting goalkeeper if we could. Now, we don't have that much money, we just got a little bit for season ticket sales, but what I'm going to do here with Mark Hughes is ask him whether he'd be interested in swapping Butland for Mignolet, and also maybe a little bit of cash as well. So to begin with, we'll offer Mignolet and see what he thinks. Now, they would only consider that swap deal if we gave him quite a bit of money as well. That's not much of a surprise, as Mignolet is a few years older and also valued £5 million less than Butland right now. Now, I want to try and reduce that transfer fee they're asking for, which is £19 million. I'll try and get it down if I can to around, let's say about 13 to 14 million pounds. Go 13 million pounds to begin with and wait and see what they say. But 13 million pounds plus Mignolet for Butland, I don't think it would be a bad deal. Whilst they are rated the exact same, Butland is much younger and will surely be better for the future. No, they want 18.4 mil plus a 5% sell-on clause. in order to let Butland go. And of course they want Mignolet as well. Now that's an awful lot of money. I tell you what, man, seriously, clubs really are holding Liverpool to ransom today. I'm not liking this at all. We're going to propose a new transfer fee, and we're going to say no, 16.5 mil plus Mignolet. I will include a sell-on clause as well, otherwise forget it. Yep, Stoke are okay with that. So £16.5 million plus Simon Mignolet and a 5% sell-on clause on Jack Butland as well. Now that's an awful lot of money, but I am such a fan of Jack Butland in real life. A really decent, talented goalkeeper. Let's offer him a contract and see if we can get him to Anfield for him to become our new number one. So I'm going to try and play hardball here with Jack Butland and his agent. We just offered an initial contract and they're asking for an awful lot of money still. They want 75 grand a week and a lot of money in bonuses too. Now, he's going to be an important first-team player here. That's true on a 5-year deal with no release clause. I'm fine with those aspects in the contract, but the money right now that we're having to pay to get these players is absurd. So we'll see what they say to that. Hopefully they will say yes. And no, they are, well, I mean, I just don't know what to say right now. These clubs and agents are just squeezing every single penny out of Liverpool Football Club. But you know what? I said this with Guerrero, I said this with Van Dijk. If this is what we've got to pay to improve this back line, then so be it. Jack Butland, welcome to Liverpool Football Club. We are spending so much money on improving this defence, but it is the weakest part of Liverpool's team. So if this is what we've got to pay to improve that defence, so be it. So that will basically do it then for transfers in the summer window with Liverpool. Our budget has basically gone now. But I've got to say, I am delighted with the 3 new signings we have made. I had these guys as my number 1 targets in each of those positions, and to have got them all before the first game of the season is a real luxury. Guerrero, Van Dijk, Butland, all into the team, and will all make their Liverpool debuts in the first game of the season as we're away at Vicarage Road to take on Watford. This fixture finished 3-3 in real life in a thrilling contest where Watford stole a point late on after a corner was failed to be cleared by Liverpool, and as we know, their defence can be a little bit shaky, so on their debuts I'm looking for solid performances and a clean sheet here at Vicarage Road, as hopefully we'll get off to a winning start. Let's go Liverpool, let's make it 3 points from a possible 3 and show the teams in this league we mean business.
Well, he's looked, the manager, at what they need in the transfer market, and he's decided that a strong central defender is what's required. And here he is making his debut.
Yeah, they conceded 1 or 2 sloppy goals, I thought, last season particularly. And in an effort to stop that, he brings in this player who might just be able to plug some gaps.
So we are still tied at 0-0, 3 minutes before the break. Defensively, we have been very solid in this first half, which, I mean, since we made 3 new signings for our backline and goalkeeper position, that's encouraging, but I'm a little bit worried going forward. We've not created as much as Liverpool normally do in real life. Here's Gelson Martin's crossing. Butland should claim that though, and he does. He's been very comfortable in this first half. We need to get some chances though. I want to win this game. A clean sheet's good to start off with, but I want to win. Coutinho storming forward, releases Firmino. Brazilians link up. Roberto Firmino straight at the goalkeeper. Got to finish that. This is going to be a frustrating draw on match day 1 unless we can find a goal from somewhere. I've been impressed by our solid defending, which is good, with 3 new players as part of our back line and in the goalkeeper role as well, but we want some goals ourselves. Coutinho to Rafael Guerrero. He has impressed on his debut. Tries to get around his man and does. And still Guerrero to Lallana. Man free. It's Mohamed Salah. Surely get in. Mohamed Salah makes it 1-0 to Liverpool and we take the lead. A great finish by the Egyptian and we go in front late. Guerrero to Lallana. Finds Mohamed Salah and a really crisp finish on his debut. It wasn't one of the 3 signings I made who scored on their debuts, but I'll still take it. Salah with a finish. 1-0 to the Reds. Come on lads, that should be that, and there it is, getting a win on the first day of the season for the Reds, a 1-0 victory, and that proves that this season, with our new look back line, we are going to be impenetrable, and such a force to be reckoned with when going forward as well. Big 3 points on match day 1. I tell you what, they cost a lot of money, but all 3 of those players impressed on their debuts, and now let's show the Anfield faithful just how good they are. Our first home game, Crystal Palace, let's get the 3 points, a big win, and yet another clean sheet. We're changing our identity. We're going to be a great defensive, resilient team. Let's get back-to-back clean sheets and back-to-back wins. Rafael Guerrero storming forward. I really like his encouraging attacking runs, Guerrero. As he finds Sadio Mane, who tries to turn Martin Kelly, and he does. Nice turn there. Cross the middle's not bad either. Hennessy gets it away. It'll drop to Lallana though. Oh, what a goal! Adam Lallana saw Hennessy off his line and smacks the ball into the back of the net as he gives us the early lead. What a goal! Coutinho controls. Tries to get round Cabaye, and he does. Nice work there from Philippe Coutinho. Slides it to Firmino, who's running through and puts it in to the back of the net. 2-0 to Liverpool. Firmino with the finish. 5 minutes after the restart, we've been in control. Here is Lallana on the ball for Liverpool to look for a third goal. I'll play it through to Coutinho. It is Philippe Coutinho, and right on cue, he gets the goal. A really nice finish. 3-0 to Liverpool. We have just been sensational in this game. What an assist by Lallana as well. This has been a great team display. Well, we spent a lot of money on these 3 new signings, but the Anfield faithful are loving them already. If we can remain an unstoppable attacking force when going forward, and now be a much tougher team to score against as well, we could be set for a memorable season here with Liverpool, and these new investments will look like bargains come the end of the season. An excellent start for our Reds, let's keep it up. So just one quick transfer after the game. Harry Wilson, a decent young talent, off to Gretzky Road for a 1-year loan at Crewe Alexandra. Not going to be a first team player this season, so totally fine with that. And there's also a bid here from Juventus for Philippe Coutinho of £69.1 million. And listen lads, you can take this from Barcelona. You are not going to get this guy, okay? We have got a firm stance here at Liverpool. Coutinho is going nowhere. Now, we also have a Carabao Cup game here away against West Ham in the second round. And to be honest, as you see by my lineup, I'm not really fussed whether we go out or go through. And unfortunately, we have gone out. We've lost on penalties, but yeah, so be it. I'm not really that fussed, to be honest. And Birmingham also want to take John Flanagan to St Andrews for £2 million. That's 200 grand over his market valuation. He's a decent little fullback. Flanagan, when he first burst onto the scene, looked pretty decent in either the right back or the left back role. But right now, we've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's turning heads and looking really good as a young fullback, and also of course Nathaniel Klein in the right back role. I'm fine letting him go. That's fine with me. And so our final game of August is at home against Arsenal. And whilst we won't play every game in this season, we will simulate quite a lot as well. This is one we can't afford to turn down. We want to make a statement early on in the campaign, make it 3 wins from our first 3 Premier League games, try and end the month of August top of the table as well, with no goals conceded and a few goals scored. So Anfield is rocking. 3rd game, Arsenal at home. Let's make it 3 wins from 3. So second half begins with our rapid attack when going forward, and Mertesacker as part of our back line. I've got to be honest here, I'm quite disappointed we've not taken the lead yet, but second half to come, still plenty of time. But defensively, we've looked a little bit shakier in this game, and Arsenal are through there, and Butland has to make the save. With him now between the sticks as well, I'm a lot more confident that on the rare times our defence does get breached, he'll bail us out. Good save. Lacazette tackled by Mane into Lallana. First time ball to Henderson, out wide towards Sadio Mane. Mane looking for the overlapping run of Guerrero, gives it to him, who feeds it back into Mane, and it is Sadio Mane, who drills one in, and Firmino denied by a great save by Cech. Both goalkeepers in inspired form this afternoon. So that should do it for the game then. 0-0 at Anfield, and sadly we have been stopped for the first time this season in the Premier League, but it is a clean sheet, our 3rd straight, and the Liverpool fans aren't happy about it. Come on lads, that's not a bad result. I guess after the start of the season they've got much higher expectations, but seriously boys, 3 clean sheets in a row, that is not that bad. That is not that bad, and I would have taken a point going into the game. That's not a bad result, that one against Arsenal. And it means we'll end August top of the table as well. 2 wins and 1 draw from our first 3 games, 4 goals scored, and the only team without conceding a goal in the month of August. A really encouraging start. We spent so much money on that new back line, but I'll tell you what, they're already looking like great investments. And so as transfer deadline day is here, John Flanagan's transfer talks have broken down. However, just before deadline day, we did agree a deal with CSKA Moscow to sell Moreno to the Russians for £9 million. So I expect that one to go through if the Flanagan one doesn't. And Moreno, I think at times can be a little bit too much of a scapegoat. I know defensively, positioning sense is quite poor for Moreno at times, but I think he's improved quite a lot, Moreno, and at times gets a little bit of unfair stick. However, with Guerrero having that position now on lockdown since coming in, I'm fine letting him go. So Moreno goes to CSKA Moscow, I'm fine with that. that. And you may have noticed a bid for Markovic, which we rejected, but there is a bid here for Bogdan, which we are going to accept from Angers, and hopefully the Hungarian will leave before the window slams shut, but instead I think I'll probably do it for transfer deadline day, and he will stay at least for the time being. So the transfer window is over, the summer window closes. We spent £95.5 million on just 3 new players, but I've got to be honest here, I like the look of all 3 of them. I really do. It's been a great start for our team defensively. That was the key for us this season, improving our defense, and we certainly have. And so as we end the month of August, as you can see, Liverpool top of the table with 2 wins and 1 draw from their first 3 games, 4 goals scored, and the only side in the division yet to concede a goal. Almost £100 million on those 3 new players, but I tell you what, they're looking worth every single penny. And so as we enter September with the summer transfer window now out of the way, we have got a very busy and testing month with our Reds, with a couple of really big games to start the month off. Our first one is away at the Etihad Stadium to take on Pep Guardiola's Manchester City, and then in a week we take on Barcelona away from home in our first Champions League group stage game as well. There's also games against Burnley and Leicester, with a match against Borussia Dortmund to end the month. This is going to be a really busy and testing month for our Reds, and it will show us what we're made of come the end of the month, I'm sure. Either we succeed, play well, and continue to look good defensively, or we break under pressure against some really tough opponents. Let's find out what we're made of. So Manchester City first, and I want to continue our unbeaten start to the season in the Premier League. This is going to be a massive tester. Of course, City brushed them aside after a controversial Mane red card in real life. I'm hoping for another clean sheet though, 4 in a row in the league, and also another win as well. It'll be tough, but I believe in this Liverpool side. Let's go get these 3 points.
Well, tension in the air here. It's got all the ingredients, hasn't it? And it's our main feature today on EA TV. Join us soon.
Big test this one. Got to come through and get the win. Like, if we want to make a statement this season, then we need to win these sort of games. You know, away from home, against a big club, 3 points will be massive. And Coutinho could be through straight away. Philip Coutinho, Edison with the save. And Otamendi gets it away. We start games off so quickly, with such tempo. It's wonderful to watch. Silva for City, rolls it inside. Oh, goal. Goal for City, David Silva to Gabriel Jesus, and an early one for the Citizens. Nice strike, but Butland, I thought he could have saved that. Well, David Silva played it through, and, well, no, to be honest, maybe I'm being a little bit too critical of Butland there. I think I am. The shot by Jesus was not right in the corner, and not with too much power, but due to the close proximity between him and the former Stoke goalkeeper, I don't think you can blame our new man between the sticks. 1-0, our first goal conceded this season, and it's Gabriel Jesus that puts City in front. Second half begins, still trailing by 1 as Firmino wins it back there and takes it around his man Roberto Firmino. Big tackle by David Silva, and Mangala gets it away. Come on, Liverpool, we can't afford to lose this game so early on in the season, but this is a big psychological defeat for us if it does finish 1-0. We've got to beat the bigger teams, not fail to beat them. Liverpool chance here from a corner with 23 minutes to go. We desperately need an equalising goal. Coutinho's going to take it, whips one in. Firmino flicks it on. It'll drop to Sadio Mane. Can he get space to shoot? Yes, he can. Great save by Edison. Come on, we need an equaliser. Cannot afford to lose this game, even so early on in the season. It'll be a big psychological blow as Mane turns company, rolls it inside. Surely Firmino denied by Edison. Another great save. Just one of those games where the goal is not going to come, or so you'd think. Lallana to Klein, to Salah, into Lallana, holds it up, back to Henderson. Captain spreads it out wide towards Rafael Guerrero, and he'll get it back. And again he spreads it, this time to the right-hand side. Klein to Salah, Salah to Lallana. Surely, oh yes, Adam Lallana, what a goal. And the former Southampton man puts us back on level terms. It was coming, and the pressure pays off. What a strike, 1-1. That was a wonderful goal from Lallana and a great team build-up, a really nice attacking move, and Lallana smashes one home at the near post. 1-1, we deserve that. Well, that was an excellent show of resilience and persistence. In the end, it finally paid off. We get the goal we deserved, we get the point we deserved. 1-1 the final score. We may not have beaten either Arsenal or City, but I'll certainly take both results. Not a bad one, this one at all. I'll take it. take it. And the big games keep on coming, baby. Barcelona next, away in the Champions League group stage. Our first of 6 really tough ties. And if we want to get through, we need to make sure we don't lose our away games, and wins on the road would be magical. So Barcelona, first of the group stage. What a tough test this will be, but I believe in this Liverpool side. Let's get a shocking 3 points. Well, win, of course, is not mandatory on the group opener, but I'll tell you this right now. If we could get a win on the first group stage game away here in Catalonia, that would be fantastic. However, it is the worst possible start because Andres Iniesta fires Barcelona in front just 4 minutes in. It's our second goal conceded this season, and that was a wonderful strike. And our defence is getting put to the test right now against a really good Barcelona attack. Ball inside, Messi, Mascherano, Cavani on the turn. Oh, it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. I can't stop them. It doesn't matter how much money I spend, what defenders I buy. Barcelona are just unstoppable. What a goal. Don't even bother trying. I mean, seriously, they were just so good for that goal. It was a wonderful build-up and a really good finish too by Busquets. It's 2-0 to Barcelona, already just 15 minutes in. The defence is not the problem. Their attack is just that good. Corner for Liverpool. First time being close to their goal already. Coutinho's going to take it. Whips one into the middle. In it goes to the centre. And Firmino heads it in. Wonderful delivery by the Barcelona target. Firmino with the header. 2-1. Now we half deficit straight away. Lovely goal. Luis Suarez to Cavani. And Cavani trying to get round Van Dijk here. Has to play that wide towards Messi. Into Luis Suarez. And again, the Barcelona build-up is just brilliant. Cavani plays it inside. Messi, free. Still time here for Barcelona to grab a 4th goal, which they would deserve. They've been absolutely sensational in this game. Klein is getting run around here. There's Cavani, it's 4. It was coming. It was coming. They have been unstoppable in this game. Absolutely unstoppable. Corner for Barcelona. Into the middle. Sergio Busquets, it's 5. It's 5-1. This was not the start to the group we wanted. We have been destroyed by Barcelona. They've just been unstoppable. You know, this was one of the rare games where Liverpool concede 3+ goals, yet you can't point the fingers at the defence at all. Because Barcelona just put on a clinic on how to pass the ball and slice teams open. That was just breathtaking. I could not stop them at all. They were just brilliant. So next game is Burnley at home, and I'm going to simulate this one, and based on the last game, probably the best thing to do really, and give us the best chance of winning this one. It should be 3 points, and it is. 2-1 for the Reds. Lallana and Firmino with the goals. We needed that. 3 games without a win. We needed the 3 points. And I'm going to simulate this game as well. Leicester away at the King Power Stadium. Both teams starting the season off strong. Can we make it back-to-back wins in back-to-back simulations? Yes, we can. 3-1 the final score. A Mane brace and Firmino with the goals. I should simulate every game. And so let's simulate this one as well. Our final game of the month. It's Borussia Dortmund away in Germany in the second Champions League group stage game. We need our first Champions League points here after our loss to Barcelona, but we've lost. We've lost an Aubameyang brace. Dortmund get the win. And that could have massive ramifications in terms of our chance of qualifying for the knockout stages. Because we've now lost our first 2 games and we're sitting bottom of the group with a -5 goal difference, conceding 7 and only scoring 2. And as Nice lost their first 2 as well, Barcelona and Dortmund are off to commanding leads a third of the way in the group. This is a really bad start in our European campaign. So because of that, I want to see something positive to end the month, and this is much more positive. Liverpool still top of the table through August and September. 4 wins from our first 6 games and no defeats so far. One of 2 teams still undefeated as we're top of the tree with 14 points. In Europe, bad start. Domestically, good start. So the month of October is here and we start off with a positive. We've just hit our short-term brand exposure objective, which was to gain £132 million in shirt sales. But of course, we're far more focused about our performances on the pitch with some key games to play this month. Our first match is away at St James's Park against Newcastle, and then on the 14th of October, well, it's the game you'll be seeing today in real life. Manchester United at home in a massive clash between Liverpool and Jose Mourinho's Red Devils. In midweek, we take on Nice in the Champions League as well. well, where after the game, we'll be halfway through the group. So it's imperative we get our first Champions League win in that match, otherwise we may be heading out of the competition in the group stage. The board will not be happy about that. Afterwards, a key game against Spurs away at Wembley, and to end the month, a home fixture against Huddersfield Town too. And our first game is away from home at St James's Park against 12th place Newcastle, and we have got the win. Firmino bagging a brace. This guy's been on fire to start the season, banging them in left, right and centre. And whilst we may be having success simulating our Premier League games, I am certainly not simming this one. Second game of the month, Manchester United at home in a first versus third battle as we go in search of another Premier League win and aim to pull away at the top of the table. If we want to have a memorable first year at Anfield, we need to beat the bigger teams. So far we're yet to do that. Let's do it for the first time against Mourinho's men. Let's get Anfield rocking and get a big win here in Liverpool.
Our main feature today on EA TV comes from England, it comes from Anfield. It's Liverpool against their great rivals, Manchester United, and it's live.
For United, Mkhitaryan takes it deep one, Butland claims, does enough to get it away, and Smalling loses out to Salah there, and now a chance here for the Egyptian to run as there's a lot of space down the right hand side. Darmian will come across, but Salah's got the pace, he hurdles the challenge of Darmian, he keeps on going, it's a wonderful run by Salah, what a run by Salah, oh De Gea with a brilliant save, that was sensational. Matip to Coutinho, who looks for Lallana and gets it back off him. And now Philip to Firmino and Roberto to Coutinho. And Coutinho at the heart of everything right now. Finds Sadio Mane. It's Mane. It's Sadio Mane. Oh, De Gea once again. He's in inspired form. Dealt with by United. It drops back to Coutinho. Gets another go. That's a better second cross the middle. Up in the air. Not fully dealt with. Salah plays one in. Matip. Oh, get in. Joel Matip. A rare goal scorer. Puts Liverpool in front with 20 minutes to go. What a strike. I wanted Anfield rocking, and it is. The German-born Cameroon international with a wonderful half volley past De Gea, who's been in brilliant form, and we have our deserved lead. What a goal! That was sensational from Joel Matip. I did not expect him to pull that one out the top drawer, but a wonderful finish. We have the lead, and now we've got to show what we're capable of on defence with our new acquisitions. Got to hold on to these 3 points here. This will be a massive, massive victory, and we could be through for a second goal here. Klein to Salah, inside. It's great football. Firmino, De Gea with the save, bailing United out. We are almost there. Come on, corner for Manchester United. In it goes. Butland claims it as well. Of De Gea out of his goal. We could look for a second here. It's Wijnaldum. It's Emre Can. I'll try and lob him. Is it going to go in? I think it is. Emre Can racks it up. 2-0 to Liverpool as we run to the Kop to celebrate a big win here at Anfield. We've got the 3 points. Can with a wonder goal, and this is a massive, massive statement victory. De Gea out of his goal. We go for the second and don't just hold on to the ball. Wijnaldum to Can from just inside the centre circle. De Gea was never going to get back on time to perform yet more heroics. 2-0 Liverpool, and a massive, absolutely massive 3 points. What a win this will be. We needed to be better defensively this season. We brought in Butland, Van Dijk and Guerrero. We shut the door on a very good United team. Get the 3 points, and what a win this is so early on in the season. A massive victory. Anfield rocking. Oh, that was amazing. But as good as that win was, we now need to follow it up with another one. Nice in the third Champions League group stage game. And after losing the first two, we're already 6 points behind both Barcelona and Borussia Dortmund, and we've lost again. We've lost again. Nice have come to Anfield, and the French side have got a massive, massive victory. Balotelli may not have scored on his return, but that means we're 3 games through the group, halfway through, and we've lost every game. We're going out. Well, I made changes going into that game because I trusted my team to get the job done. And we lost 2-1 at home to Nice. I mean, you know, based on Dortmund and Barcelona's starts of the group, you would have thought that was the easiest game we had in the group, and we lost 2-1 at home. I mean, well, we're going out. No other way of putting it. Unless we win our final 3 games, which is going to be very tough to do, we are going out of the Champions League. I can't believe this. And so due to that, I'm taking no chances going into our next game. We're away at Wembley in a second versus first clash as Spurs take on Liverpool. And a win for Poch's boys in this game will see us lose our undefeated streak in the league and also see them go top of us as they'll leapfrog us and go into first position. So a massive top of the table clash. We just beat United, but after that loss to Nice, I'm going back to my first 11. No one can afford to get the day off. Spurs away at Wembley. We need to keep on winning in the Premier League.
Well, it's very early in the season, but we have the top two involved today, and it could have a lot of significance down the road a ways. Join us as we bring you all the action from Wembley, and it's live.
Dele Alli for Spurs finds Eric Dyer, and Dyer now on the ball, gives it back to Victor Wanyama, the Kenyan, and the former Southampton midfielder finds Heung-min Son. And Son back to Wanyama. Oh, what a goal. What a goal from Victor Wanyama. We've strengthened our back line. But I tell you what, it doesn't matter what players we buy, you're never going to stop those sort of goals. What a strike. Kane for Spurs finds space, shoots, scores. 2-0 to Tottenham Hotspur. And our European form has been terrible, but our league form has been a cover-up for it. But instead, we're going to lose for the first time here this season in the Premier League at Wembley. And the implications of this loss mean that Spurs are going to leapfrog us and go top of the table. We're losing our undefeated streak, and we're losing top spot as well. Bad afternoon. Since we went top, we maintained our unbeaten start and didn't lose our position at the top of the tree. But now both of those things have gone in one afternoon. Spurs get the win, leapfrog us, go top of the table. And for us, these are really, really, really damaging defeats, both in Europe and in the league as well. We need to bounce back ASAP. Right then, Liverpool, what are we made of? Huddersfield Town to end the month of October. A win in this game could put us back on top of the table, but if we fail to win, I will not be happy. We need these 3 points here after back-to-back damaging defeats. Let's go get that win, and there it is, 3-1 the final score. My word, did we need that. Come on. So as we end the month of October, sadly, unlike the last 2 months, we are not top of the table. After that defeat to Spurs, they leapfrogged us and stay in first position by 2 goals in the goal difference swing. But even so, it's still been a decent start. 7 wins from our first 10 games and a really encouraging beginning. As for the bottom of the table though, you might have noticed in my Huddersfield Town career mode, Arsenal were very poor in the first season, and just like in this save too, I don't know what's going on at the Emirates Stadium. 19th place with no wins in 10 games. What on earth is happening there? And as for the Champions League, well, it's not good news, guys. We are basically out. 7 points behind both Barcelona and Dortmund in first and second place respectively, and 3 points behind Nice in third as well. It looks like a Europa League place in third is the best we can do, because right now, I can't see us qualifying. We'll need to win all 3 of our final games, and that is highly unlikely. So as the month of November begins, we've got some really important games with our Reds. We start off by seeing that John Flanagan is going to join Aston Villa in the January transfer window, and once again, Adam Bogdan rejected a move away from Anfield. But as for the fixtures on the pitch this month, there's some very big ones. We've got Borussia Dortmund to start off with first at Anfield, where if we fail to win, we are basically out of the Champions League group stages. There's a big game as well away from home against West Ham, a home tie against Southampton, Barcelona at home at Anfield as well, and we end the month with Chelsea at home too. So some really big games both in the league and in Europe as well. Failed to beat Dortmund and Barcelona both this month. We're out of the Champions League. Failed to get the wins in the league as well, and Spurs could pull away. What are we made of, Liverpool? We need to respond and pick up some big victories here. You know, whilst it is still mathematically possible, I'm pretty confident we're exiting the Champions League tonight. We've got Borussia Dortmund at home. We'll simulate it. If we get the win, we still have a chance of qualifying. But honestly, I'm pretty sure we are heading out of the competition at the group stages, and the board will not be happy. A 1-1 draw, but it's not enough. We have to win our final 3 games, and a draw is basically a defeat. We may as well be out. In fact, you know what? That does put us out, doesn't it? Because obviously now, Dortmund and Barcelona are still so many points ahead of us. And yeah, we're out. It's over. We've got 2 games to go. We're bottom of the group with 0 wins, and we're out of the Champions League. It's over. Well, we've only got ourselves to blame, really, haven't we? Lose your first 3 Champions League games and you're virtually out anyway. So West Ham the next game, Monday night kickoff. Spurs won again, so we need to win to keep pace with Poch's boys, and we've got the job done on the Monday night kickoff. 2-1 the final score. We needed that. So now the first of our final 3 games of the month, all at home. Southampton first as Virgil van Dijk faces visits from his old teammates. Can we get the win and a big victory? Yes, we can. 2-1. Barcelona next in the penultimate game of the group stage stage, and I actually thought this would be the biggest of the 6, but instead, since we're out already, I'm going to field a fully weakened side for this game, because we could finish in 3rd and qualify for the Europa League, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. The board is still going to consider this season in Europe a failure for getting knocked out in the group stage, and we've lost by 2-1. That's hardly a surprise. But yeah, we're going to finish the group probably rock bottom with no wins. Honestly, absolutely embarrassing. However, fielding a fully weak lineup for that game was probably the right thing to do, because now going into this one, the final game of the month as we host Chelsea, it's a much bigger match for us in a first versus third clash, and a win could extend the gap at the top of the table to as many as 5 points. So a big game here. We've played so much better domestically than in Europe, obviously, this season. So let's keep our good Premier League form going as we aim to stay top of the tree, ending the month of November. Let's get the win. The board may have been happy with our brand exposure objective this season, but I'm not looking forward to their email regarding our Champions League campaign this year. Bottom of the group with just 1 point with 1 game to go. It's been a disaster, but at least our league form has been much better than expected. Top of the table, and a win in this game guarantees us top heading into December as well. However, I've given the ball away there, and Willian has found some space to shoot, and he's hit the post as well. Lucky escape for the Reds. That's not the start we want to see. Come on. Come on, lads. Got to end the month top of the table heading into December. Costa though playing it through to Hazard, who's one-on-one, and he's in. And Chelsea have gone in front. The worst possible start. They've looked better, they've looked sharper, and they have the lead. Lads, we can't feel sorry for ourselves due to our form in Europe. We've got to get it sorted. If we want to stay in a title race this season, as hard as that's going to be to do, we need to win these sort of games. Mane on the ball, finds Firmino, looks for Coutinho, who's surely through, and there is the equalising goal. Coutinho in front of the Kop puts us back on level terms, and that's why we said hands off to Juventus. Lovely finish by Philippe Coutinho, and we find the equalising goal. 1-1 just before the break. We needed that one. For Liverpool here, 8 minutes after the restart, sending on Cahill to defend it, but Henderson will take it and try and let Mane get on the end of it. It's Firmino instead who loops it in and puts us 2-1 up. We came from behind at the Etihad against Manchester City to claim a point, but here at Anfield we've come from behind to lead. A great corner by Henderson. Firmino beats his man in the air, nods it over Courtois and into the top corner. What a header, and we've gone in front. Get in. We wanted to apologise to the fans after our embarrassing Champions League exit, and this is the way to do it. We fell behind early, but we showed what we're made of. We come back to claim a massive win and end the month of November top of the table. A huge 3 points for Liverpool. What a victory here at Anfield. And there is your confirmation, ending November, entering the final calendar month of the year. Top of the table, Liverpool by 2 points with Spurs in second with 30. Chelsea after that loss now 7 points behind us. And whilst there's still a long way to go, we're only just a third of the way through the season. We are top of the table, and I did not think I would be saying that. But as for Arsenal, their struggles continue. 14 games, still in the relegation zone with just 2 wins. What is going on at the Emirates Stadium? However, despite the positives, we can't deny it. It's been a massive failure in the Champions League. Rock bottom of our group with just a game to go. And it looks certain now we're going to finish in 4th with the wooden spoon and won't even qualify for a Europa League place in the knockout stages. That's pretty embarrassing. So the month of December is here, and there's 9 games to play in 31 days. Plenty of football over the festive period, but to be honest, I think I might simulate all the games. The Nice one is our final Champions League group stage game, where unless we win and win by a couple of goals, we are going to finish bottom of the group and won't qualify for a Europa League knockout place. Out of all these Premier League games as well, Arsenal away on the 22nd is the biggest, but based on their form this season, I think I might simulate it. So I think for the entire month of December, we're going to simulate the games and just see how we get on. So Brighton away for our first game of the month as we take on Chris Hughton's side, and Spurs have just overtaken us, so we enter this game on Sunday in second place and behind them by a point. So we need to win and get back to top of the table, and unfortunately it's a 1-1 draw. Now that is not the start I wanted to a very busy month. So second game, Nice away in France, and I will be fielding a weakened side for the game. To be honest, we could win and go into the Europa League, but I would rather not even go into it, because the board is still going to consider this season in Europe a failure anyway, and we could do without the extra games with our league form being so good. So Nice away, it's a 1-1 draw, so we will finish in 4th place, and watch my manager rating plummet here as well. It was 79 before the game, it is now a 66. I mean, when we embarrassingly exit the Champions League with no wins whatsoever in the 6 games, you can't be surprised, but that's dangerously low. That is dangerously low. And our 3rd game of the month is our first Merseyside derby here at Anfield. I will simulate this one, but play the 2nd one at Goodison Park, but hopefully we'll get our 1st win of the month. We desperately need it after Spurs won again, and we have got the win. Coutinho may have missed a penalty, but 8 minutes before that scored the goal that wins us the game. We needed that one. West Brom next, let's make it back-to-back wins. Oh yes, baby, 3-1. And now the first of 5 games in 12 days. So much football in December, but we've won this one away at Bournemouth. Rafael Guerreiro with a late win. That's great to see. And now Stoke away, and that's also a win. A 3-0 scoreline. Delighted with that. And now struggling Arsenal away at the Emirates Stadium. They are just out the relegation zone now. Can they get another win to pull away from the bottom 3? No, it's a draw. And Oxlade-Chamberlain scored on his return as well. And now an informed Swansea side here at home on Boxing Day. This should be a return to winning ways since we're here at Anfield, but they're playing well, looking good. This could be quite a tough test, this one, but instead I've been proved wrong. A big 4-1 victory with Coutinho bagging a brace. And now our final game of the year. It's Leicester here at home, and a win will guarantee top spot heading into 2018, and we have got it. 1-0 the final score. Salah's goal means that we will stay top of the tree ending 2017. What a fantastic calendar year it's been for us. And so as we end 2017, there is your confirmation. Liverpool are top of the table heading into the new year by 1 point, with Spurs in 2nd. Right now it seems like those two are the front runners for the title, but Chelsea and City are not too far behind either, so you can't rule those guys out. The bottom 3 is Brighton, Palace and Stoke heading into 2018, and Mark Hughes' side have only picked up 1 win in 21 games. They've had a very, very poor 2017. However, as good as our domestic form has been, we can't ignore this. A massive, embarrassing failure in the Champions League saw us exit the group stage with 0 wins in 6 games and only 2 points picked up. I know I simulated 5 of the 6 games, but let's be honest here, I did not think we would end up in that position with 0 wins whatsoever. We can't run away from it, it's absolutely terrible, and thank God our domestic form has been so good, because otherwise I could have been sacked by Christmas. That was humiliating. So as we enter the new year, the January transfer window has opened, and John Flanagan has now left the club and joined Aston Villa, and he might not be the only sale in this month as well, as I'd really like to get a little bit more cash to sign 1 or 2 more players, but based on our form, it's probably best to keep our current squad here and happy. There's 4 games for Liverpool this month though, including a big one at home to Manchester City on the 14th. That is a huge clash as we try and pull away at the top of the table, and there's also our FA Cup 3rd round tie at home to struggling Stoke on the 6th as well. If we win that game, there'll be a 4th round tie towards the end of the month where hopefully we'll make it 4 wins from 4 and then 5 wins from 5. And as we enter the first of the 4 games of January, we take on Burnley away at Turf Moor. Tough test this one. If we are to stay top of the table, we'll probably need to win, with Spurs just 1 point behind us. Can we get the victory away against Sean Dyche's men? Yes, we can. 3-0, Manu a brace, and Firmino as well. And it's Stoke at home next in the FA Cup 3rd round. The board have asked us to win this competition, so after our Champions League 4, we need to get through, and we have. 3-1 the final score. Thank God for that. Some more good news though, we've just loaned out our young Welsh goalkeeper Danny Ward to Deportivo on a 1-year loan, and because of that, we've now hit our financial objective as well, which is to reduce player wages by 66 grand a week, so hopefully that will see our manager rating increase. And since it's plummeted quite a bit due to our Champions League failings, we really need it to. So Swansea away next, this game going before the City game due to a rescheduling decision, and unfortunately we've lost. We've been beaten in Wales by a 1-0, and that is a big blow, which could see us slip down the table and into 2nd place. And after briefly touching on my manager rating a moment ago, I just went to the objective screen and saw we still have a youth development objective we could hit in January if we sign 2 players that are 20 or under, and they've got a better potential than the rating of the player in the same listed position as them in this team. So Ben Brereton and Dragowski are on my shortlist. I'll try and buy both, and hopefully that will see us hit our objective and get our manager rating back up again. So for Brereton, we're going to go straight in with a £1.3 million bid to begin with. That's 300 grand under his market valuation, but it might end up coming off, and it does. I got to tell you, man, EA need to fix this, because you can sign young players with high potentials even cheaper than their market valuations. It's really weird. And Brereton is going to come in on a 21.5 grand a week deal, 270 grand sign-on bonus for him as well. 5-year contract, prospect squad role, and no release clause too. He's here for the future, but also for us to hit that youth objective as well. So hopefully 2 things there, which will benefit us in the long term. So that's 1 out of 2, and as you can see, our manager rating has gone up. So we got the money, we don't need to improve the first team, we may as well hit that short-term objective and get our manager rating back up as high as we can get. And Dragowski is the next player they want. We want to try and sign him, but Fiorentina want quite a bit of money, and I tried to exchange Bogdan as well to reduce the fee, but instead, it's increased the fee, I think. Nobody wants Adam Bogdan. So in the end, these negotiations with Fiorentina are going to fail. I tried to sweeten the deal and cheapen the transfer fee by offering them Adam Bogdan, and in the end, they wanted more money. Nobody wants the Hungarian, and he doesn't want to leave. He's stuck here at Anfield forever, I think, so we can't afford Dragowski's price tag, so in the end, we're ending negotiations and pulling out. That is so frustrating. So we'll go in for someone else then. Marcus Edwards, a very young, talented English midfielder that currently plays for Spurs, valued at £1.7 million, and trust me, I've learned this time, don't offer them Adam Bogdan, otherwise we'll have to pay about 40 million. So I put in a straight valuation bid for Marcus Edwards, and it has come off. £1.7 million for the young, talented teenager. We'll now offer him a contract and hopefully get him to Anfield, and that'll be our youth objective met. And so Marcus Edwards is going to come in then on a 31.5 grand a week deal, 5 years in his contract, squad role rotation, no release clause, some big bonuses, but this is going to mean our youth short-term objective is hit, and that is really important as we try and get our manager rating back up after it plummeted after our Champions League exit. So 2 young English talents signing for Liverpool, very good players for the future. Marcus Edwards and Ben Brereton are in, and there you see, our youth development objective has been hit, and I'm delighted with that. 2 very good young English talents there, and our manager rating increases as well. Worth the money. And yet another bid for Adam Bogdan. This time it's Viladaz Aves going in for the Hungarian. Lads, you're wasting your time. I'm going to accept the bid, but as you can see, he just doesn't want to leave the club. He does not want to leave the club. And so our 4th and final game of the month of January is at home to Sean Dyche's Burnley in the FA Cup 4th round. Our Manchester City game, by the way, has been rescheduled for the middle of February, so hopefully we'll end the month strong here and get through to the 5th round of the Cup. Can we do so? Yes, we can. 2-1 the final score into the FA Cup 5th round, and really looking good domestically this season. And yet another bid for Adam Bogdan, this time on deadline day, but actually this one might go through because Adam Bogdan used to play for Bolton before Liverpool snapped him up a few years ago. So we're going to accept it, and I tell you what, he might return to Macron Stadium because he's played there for a number of years before Liverpool signed him. That one might go through, you know. Go on, Adam, go back to Bolton. Go back to Bolton. Yes, there you go. You know where you're loved. You are waiting for that offer to come in from your old team. Adam Bogdan re-signed to Bolton Wanderers. I'm more happier about that than the 2 signings we made in the window, I think. And so that will do it then. Transfer deadline day is going to end. We forced out Adam Bogdan eventually, and Daniel Ward left on loan as well. So our 3rd and 4th choice goalkeepers have now left the club, and signed Ben Brereton and Marcus Edwards as well to hit our youth objective too. So productive window. Nothing changed with the first team though, and that's the way I want to see it because we don't need to change anything. And as we end the calendar month as well, we see some really good news. Liverpool are still top of the table by 2 points with Chelsea in 2nd, and we have 2 games in hand on Conte's boys as well. We're also 3 points clear of Spurs in 3rd, and with 15 games to go, still being top of the table with just 2 losses in 23 games. It's been an amazing season domestically for Liverpool. Let's keep this up and possibly go for a domestic double. Could happen. So February is here, and what a massive month of football for Liverpool in the Premier League. 5 huge games, including 2 title clashes here in the middle of the month, both at home in the space of 4 days. Spurs and Man Manchester City at Anfield, oh my goodness, they are going to be huge, absolutely huge in our race for the title. And there'll also be our FA Cup 5th round tie played over the weekend of the 17th and 18th as well, which means the City game will once again get moved. Once that's drawn, you'll see our opponents. So first game of the month, we are away at the Kirklees Stadium to take on Huddersfield. And if you're watching my Huddersfield Town career mode, by the way, right now, guys, thank you so much. We've just got through season 1. It's been an amazing season. Of course, the new season does start tomorrow morning, so look forward to that. And this game was finished as a draw. Roberto Firmino bagging a brace and rescuing a point late on, but that is not the start to a big month we wanted. We needed to win that one. So let's get it right in the next one. Southampton away at St Mary's as Van Dijk returns. We've just had our FA Cup quarter-final tie draw now, and we are going to be taking on Spurs in the next round, and that is going to be a very, very tough tie with both teams really in form right now. Got to concentrate on this one though. Southampton here away at St Mary's. We need to get back on the winning wagon and pull away from Spurs in second place. Let's get the 3 points. No, it's another 2-2 draw. Firmino and Mane of our goals, but it's not enough. Draws aren't going to win us the title, lads. Meaning that going into this game, we really need to get the job done, and a loss would be catastrophic. It's Spurs at home in the second battle against them right now, and with just 1 point separating the sides and 7 points separating 4 teams, the race for the title is hotting up as we enter the business end of the season. We need a big win here in front of our home crowd to pull away and assert some dominance. Spurs at home, let's get the win. Come on, Liverpool, we want the championship.
Well, it's very early in the season, but we have the top 2 involved today, and it could have a lot of significance down the road a ways. We're just moments away from the kickoff at Anfield, and it's live.
Corner for Liverpool, excellent start, 15 minutes in, Henderson to take it, whips it into the centre, and it's headed away by Lamela. Henderson will get another go if he wants to, and in it goes to the near post this time, and Salah, got ahead of his man, won the header, and hit it into the side netting. What a start! Victor Wanyama for Spurs, and Kenyan, who scored that wonderful goal at Wembley, finds Son. And now Heung-min Son out wide towards Sergio Aurier. Can't switch off. We've defended so well for 56 minutes. Need to keep on doing so. Oh, but right on cue. I've given it away. And Harry Kane has put it in off the post. I tried to clear it with Matip, but the ball hit him so quickly, I couldn't react on time. And if you give Kane just an inch of space in the box, he'll punish you. It's against the run of play, but Spurs are in front. The ball was played through by Wanyama, and I tried to get it clear there with Matip, but Ali intercepted so quickly, found Harry Kane, who hits it in off the post, and Spurs go in front. We've been the better team, but Kane's 15th of the year gives Spurs a massive lead, and it's deja vu. We enter the game against them top of the table, but come full time, if we lose, we'll be trailing. So let's make sure that doesn't happen. Mohamed Salah on the ball, inside the area, gets around one, rolls it inside Lallana, first shot saved, and again, Hugo Lloris with an amazing double save to deny Adam Lallana. Extraordinary. And now here comes Spurs. Dele Alli on the ball, finding Heung-min Son, who's in behind the back line. Oh, what a goal! Heung-min Son saw Butland approaching and lobs it over the keeper to make it 2-0. And we could have been back on level terms, but for some heroics from Lloris. And then at the other end, Spurs break, and Heung-min Son pulls out the cheeky chip. Butland lobbed, 2-0 Spurs. What a loss this is going to be here at Anfield. We cannot afford to lose tonight. The biggest game of the season here at Anfield. And it is 2-0 to Spurs. Absolutely gutted. And they're surely going to get the win now. They're just so good on FIFA, Spurs. They are just so hard to play against. Kane! Oh, just wide the post. Well, I am absolutely devastated, man. Absolutely devastated. We needed to win this game, but instead Spurs beat us back-to-back, and once again, due to this win, have leapfrogged us in the table and gone top. Some heroics from Lloris helped them get the 3 points. I can't believe it. We had to win, and we lost. And since I can't beat them when playing the matches myself, I think the only chance we've got of beating Spurs is if I simulate the game. So FA Cup round of 16 tie. It's at home here at Anfield. Are Spurs going to beat us for the 3rd time this season, or will we finally get revenge in the Cup? It's Liverpool Spurs, and they've beat us again. They've beat us again by 2-0. Same goal scorers as well. They're unstoppable. They are just too good on FIFA. And I'm just realising as well, that puts us out of the FA Cup. That's us out of the FA Cup. I've just realised that's us out of the FA Cup now as well, which means that we can only win 1 trophy now. That's the Premier League. We're 2 points behind them in the table with 12 games to go. Forget Everton, forget Manchester United, Spurs are our massive rivals now. And that's another competition that the board will be looking at us and thinking, my word, you have let us down big time. We were supposed to win that, and we exit the competition early. West Ham next. We need to win this one and get back on the winning wagon. Philippe Coutinho saving our bacon. Thank God for that. So as the month of February ends, once again, it's a familiar feeling for the Reds. A Spurs win in a massive title clash sees them overtake us and go top of the table by 2 points out of 11 games to go. It could be their title to lose. With 8 points separating just 4 teams, it's still all to play for. We have to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, put that loss to the back of our minds and focus on now and the rest of the season. We're still in this title race, we're not giving up. And as for what's to come in March, well, it's a massive month once again with some make or break fixtures, including both games against both Manchester sides. The City game has once again been rescheduled to the 9th of March, that's our second fixture of the month, and then our penultimate fixture of the month is away at Old Trafford against Jose Mourinho's Manchester United. They may not be in the title race, but they would love it if that's the game at Old Trafford that ends our hopes of winning our first ever Premier League trophy. 2 huge games in a month of 5 big fixtures. We've got to come through and, in my opinion, get wins in all of them. And that includes our first one at home to Newcastle for our first fixture here at Anfield. And we've got to bounce back after that loss to Spurs. We can't feel sorry for ourselves. We just need to get the job done. Let's get the 3 points. There you go. Salah with a brace. Coutinho with 1. We are still in this title race, Poch. Don't think it's over yet. And as we go into the second game of March, it's surely the biggest of the month. It's Manchester City here at home at Anfield in another big title clash. And as we enter the game 1 point behind Spurs, we do have a game in hand. This is the one, therefore a win will send us back to top of the table with 9 games to go. We lost our last title clash. We can't afford to do it again. We need to have learned from our mistakes and get the 3 points in this one. We're still going for that title, but these are the games we have to win in order to claim it. City at home, these 3 points need to be ours.
Well, tension in the air here. It's got all the ingredients, hasn't it? And it's our main feature today on EA TV. Join us soon.
Salah holds it up and releases Klein down the right-hand side. Not the first time, but the second time. And a great chance here for Liverpool. Klein on the ball, whips one to the edge of the area. It'll drop to Lallana, surely! Oh, gets in Adam Lallana in front of the Kop. Puts us in front in a massive title clash. We've learned from the Spurs game. We're not going to lose this one. We're going to win it. Great work from Klein. Dinks it to Lallana. Lovely first touch and a better finish. 1-0 to the Reds. Get in! Gabriel Jesus taken down, and the referee's given a penalty of Virgil van Dijk and a chance for City to equalise 4 minutes after the restart from the spot. The referee took a long time before giving that call there. Van Dijk, I mean, it's very hard to see from that angle, but the reason I didn't even commentate at the time is because I didn't even think it was a penalty. I thought Jesus just sort of fell into him, but it is a spot kick, I can't complain, and a chance for Aguero to make it 1-1. He's up against Butland here, can he equalise? Aguero sent him the wrong way, City back on level terms, and this is worrying. We cannot afford to collapse. Only a win would have sent us top of the table, and in the end we surrendered our lead, but I'm glad we didn't surrender our point. 1-1 the final score. It's not a bad result. It moves us level on points with Spurs at the top of the table, but they're still ahead of us on goal difference. The race for the title is still very much alive. So next game, Watford at home at Anfield, and with this game coming just before the United game, we've got to get the 3 points in this one and return to winning ways. Come on Liverpool, we can do this. Oh, it's a 2-2 draw, and Joel Matip got injured. Our season is unravelling in front of our very eyes. We're slipping up. We can't afford to do this. We want to win the title. Draws aren't going to cut it. And to make matters worse, Joel Matip has broke his rib and is going to be out for 6 weeks. It's all falling apart. We're choking. Well, that's Matip out of the starting 11 for a while then. Joe Gomez promoted to the bench, and Dejan Lovren is back in the first 11, often considered error-prone. The Croatian centre-back must get it sorted at a key moment in the series for Liverpool. We have to come through and beat United. Otherwise, the season could collapse. We could be out the title race by April. And as we simulate through the international break to get to the Manchester United game, it is so tight between the top 4, just 6 points separating the sides. I mean, who is your money on right now? This is going to be an extremely close and frantic finish to the season. United, I would say, are pretty much out of it, but the top 4, any one of those 4 teams can win it. Who is your money on right now with just a few games to go? So So this is it then, Manchester United away at Old Trafford, and whilst they may not be directly involved in the title race, a win here could have serious implications for our chances of staying alive ourselves. It's surely one of our biggest matchups in recent history for the Reds. We need to come through and get the win at Old Trafford and show that we're still firmly in this title race and are not going away. We're struggling, we're stuttering, we cannot afford to slip up. This needs to be a big win here in Manchester.
Our main feature today on EA TV, Manchester United against Liverpool. Two English clubs with a great historic rivalry. We're live at Old Trafford.
A terrible first 45 minutes that was, still 0-0. Very cagey affair, but the second half starting off a little bit stronger though, and with faster pace as Nathaniel Klein hits it at Butland and we get the danger away. Thank goodness for that. That would have been terrible. And I can see the known goal there with virtually no attacks in the game so far, but one possibly here with Lallana on the ball, releasing Coutinho through to Mane. Sadio Mane, surely! Yes, get in! Sadio Mane gives us the lead and puts us in front just after the break. What a pivotal moment in this hunt for the title. 6 minutes after the restart and Liverpool have drawn first blood. Manchester United want to end our title dreams here at Old Trafford, but we are saying no. Coutinho to Mane, first time finish, opens up his body, picks his spot and fires us into the lead. Come on! We slipped up against Spurs, we surrendered our lead against City, but we cannot afford to do it for the third straight time. We're up by a goal, we need to hold on. What a crucial interception by Van Dijk, but Mata gets it back and finds Mkhitaryan. Mkhitaryan makes it 1-1, and we've done it again. We lead against the Manchester side, but we can't hold on. 1-1, and we've done it again. We just keep slipping up. I mean, we just keep slipping up and we can't afford to do so. Mkhitaryan with fancy footwork takes it around Guerrero and then Van Dijk as well. The Armenian fires it home, and we can't win the title like this. We cannot win the title like this. If you want to win the title, you can't slip up. Simple as that. And we've done it again. 1-1. I just don't know what to say, but I shouldn't say anything because Firmino's inside the area and puts us right back in front. Roberto Firmino restores Liverpool's lead directly after United's goal. It's 2-1. We are not giving up. We are not slipping up. We are staying in this title race. Come on. Rashford for United to buy. We cannot surrender our lead again. Cross to the middle and Butland comes to claim it. And I tell you what, there's a man that could be through there. Firmino, if the kick is good, and it is good, and it's a better first touch by Firmino. Glue on his boots. What a first touch. Firmino, can he finish it? Oh, he's put it wide. That would have been the game. We slipped up in our last two title clashes. We could not do it in a third. Big header by Shan. And Firmino flicks on. And here's Salah. And this could be the game. Mohamed Salah to wrap it up. Oh, De Gea. De Gea keeping United just in the game. And oh God, no. Oh, Firmino. Oh, no. He scored 15 goals this season, Firmino. That is worrying. On comes Sturridge, though, who almost wrapped up the points. If that is a serious injury and Firmino's out for the season, that is a major blow. But whilst he will leave on a stretcher, his impact on the game will not be forgotten. We slipped up against Spurs, we surrendered our lead against City, but the third time of asking, we get the job done. United wanted to kill our title dreams here at Old Trafford, but we come to the Theatre of Dreams and turn it into a nightmare for them. We get the 3 points, a massive win, but Firmino, how long is that injury? And Bournemouth just beat Spurs as well. Get in, Eddie Howe, you've become my best friend. Because of that, we're top of the table with one game remaining in March, but how long are our smiles going to be on our faces? Because how long is Firmino out for? Oh no. Oh no, it was all going so well, but Roberto Firmino is done for the season. Our top scorer out with a broken ankle for 3 months. How are we going to cope without the Brazilian? What a huge blow. You cannot overstate how big of a blow that is there. I mean, you really can't. Our top scorer, one of our best players, if not our best player this season, out for the rest of the season. That's gutting. And thankfully, I mean, I was saying this, I shouldn't really be saying this about a player getting injured, but Kane is out for 2 months. So both of the front men from the top two are out for the rest of the season. What a bizarre twist of fate. And as we end the calendar month, we've only had 2 wins in 4 games. But a win in this one will guarantee we are still top of the table heading into April. Let's get the job done, guys. Yes, get in. And Daniel Sturridge scored on his reintroduction to the first 11. And with Firmino injured, he'll need to keep on doing that on a consistent basis if we are to be crowned champions. That'll do it for March. We end the month top of the table by 4 points. Spurs, Chelsea and City still have game in hands on us though. But we've got the win, and with 6 games to go, we are guaranteed to be still top of the table. Can we hang on to it? And so as we enter the month of April, 4 of our final 6 games are in this month, and after a struggling month of March, we need to make sure our form remains perfect throughout the month. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure we won't win the title. The toughest game, surely the first one, away at Goodison Park against Everton, and let's get to that straight away. A win in this game to guarantee us staying top of the table at the start of the month as we aim to pull away and cement our position at top of the tree. Ronald Koeman's Everton next. They're our opponents. They'll be trying to stop us like United did, but hopefully it'll be back-to-back wins against back-to-back rivals in our pursuit of our Premier League title. Come on, Liverpool. This does not slip now.
Our main feature today on EA TV comes from Goodison Park. It should be a great occasion. It's the Merseyside derby, Everton against Liverpool. Join us live.
Title slipped through our fingers around this stage a few years ago. We cannot let it happen again. We beat United away, we beat Palace away. Now let's beat Everton away. Sadio Mane. Whoa, what a save! I was about to say 1-0 to Liverpool, and Jordan Pickford has just prevented that from being the case. What a brilliant fingertip stop by the former Sunderland goalkeeper. That was the moment for the 1-0 scoreline. What a stop. Henderson's corner though, into the middle, and Daniel Sturridge is the woodwork, but Salah turns in the rebound. It's only a momentary save from Pickford, because the next time we have the chance, we take the lead. Sturridge hits the woodwork, Salah first to react. We want it more this time. We want it more this year. We've learned from our mistakes. We are not going to let it happen again. We slipped up a few years ago. We slipped up a few games ago in the Premier League title race. But now, we are not going to choke. Guerrero releases Mane, who's running through. It's Sadio Mane for 2-0. Pickford again. If it was not for Pickford, this Merseyside derby would be done before the break. But as it stands, it's still 1-0. We are looking dangerous every time we go forward on the attack. We look like scoring. Henderson, this has got to be the moment. Mohamed Salah, take your time, son. Take your time. Take your time and put us 2 goals up. Both goals from the Egyptian. Everton 0, Liverpool 2, and Mohamed Salah is becoming a Liverpool hero. No Firmino, no problem. Jordan Henderson, the captain, with a lovely composed through ball, and Mohamed Salah picks his spot and bags his brace. 2-0 to the Reds before half-time. What a finish, what a first half. Is this the game where we assert our dominance? Is this the game where we show the teams that are chasing us that we will not be caught, no matter how hard they try, and that we won't slip up this time, that this title's going to be ours? But here's Niasse inside and through and scores. And scores. It's 2-1. Everton half the deficit with their first chance. Game back on. We can't let it happen again. We've got to hold on this time. Henderson, great interception. He's been brilliant today. Finds Mohamed Salah. He's in space here, Henderson. He's in space. It's Henderson! Jordan Henderson! Big man for the big occasion. The captain remains cool, composed and confident and fires us into a 3-1 lead and surely puts the 3 points in the bag. The skipper delivering big time in a high pressure situation. 3-1 Liverpool. I told ya, we've learned from our mistakes. We're not going to let it slip this time. Gives it to Salah. Gets it back. Takes a touch and blasts it home. Everton 1, Liverpool 3. This win is ours, and I'm going to make sure this title's ours as well. Everton trying to get back in this game later on though. It's Ashley Williams inside, and it's 3-2 with 2.5 minutes to go. Come on, got to hold on. Well, that should surely do it. And there it is. Get in. Final score at Goodison Park. Everton 2, Liverpool 3. Steven Gerrard would have been proud of that display. The Liverpool legend and former captain watching the current captain become a current legend. 3-2 the final score, a masterclass through the middle of the park from Henderson, and a massive win for our Reds. And the good times keep on rolling. Joel Matip returning from injury. We've missed him big time in our defence, but he's back now. Maybe not in the first 11 straight away, but should make the final couple of games of the season. That could be crucial as we aim to stay top of the tree and get this title. Bournemouth next. And after this game, Spurs will have 2 games in hand. So we need to make sure that we stay mathematically further away from them than they can catch up in those 2 games. Let's get the win. There it is. Coutinho and Lovren with the goals. 7 points clear with just 4 games to go in the table. Oh my word, we cannot choke now. Surely it's going to be ours. And as we come into the next game, we are 4 games away from the title and 4 points clear of Spurs in second, who no longer have any games in hand. Only one of these 2 teams are going to win the title now, surely. And a win in this game with the Hawthorns could potentially put us 7 points clear with 3 games to go. Let's get the win on Monday night. No, it's a 0-0 draw, and Jack Butland's got an injury as well. Oh God, no. Phew, thank goodness for that. A 7-day injury for Butland between the sticks. He's been ever present in our lineup this season, but thankfully not as serious as the Matip and Firmino injuries. Thank God for that. However, due to that recent slip-up, Spurs have now overtaken us in the table, and whilst we have a game in hand, we're still a point behind, and due to their superior goal difference, only a win will send us back to top of the table with just 2 games to go. It's our penultimate home game. It's Stoke City. We need the win, and we've got it. A thumping 4-0 victory. We are back at top of the table. We are not, I repeat, not going to fail to win it this year. This is our time. And so as we end the month of April, this is the league table. We are 2 points clear of Spurs with 2 games to go. Win them both and the title is ours. It all comes down to this. Final month of football. It's May. There's 2 games remaining, and what tough tests they are going to be. Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge first in our final away game of the season, as we feel as though only a win will keep us top of the table heading into the final day, where we'll take on Brighton and Hove Albion as Chris Hughton's side come to Anfield, where hopefully we will be celebrating the title. Back-to-back wins guarantee it, but if Spurs slip up, that would do us a wealth of good as well. So come on Liverpool, let's make sure this title is ours. Spurs, by the way, their final 2 games, West Brom away at the Hawthorns and Leicester at home. And the game against the Baggies comes on this day, Sunday the 6th of May. So let's see if Tony Pulis and West Brom have done us a massive favour and taken points off. Please, please, please. No, 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 no. Spurs got the win by 2-1. So if we are to win the title, we'll need to surely win both of our games. Our final away game of the season, Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge, who are now guaranteed the top 4 place with very little to play for, just between 3rd and 4th for them. But for us, it's everything to play for. The penultimate game of the season, only a win will send us top of the table heading into the final day. It's Chelsea at the Bridge. We have to win. Come on Liverpool, let's give it all we've got and make sure going into Anfield, destiny is in our own hands. Still 0-0, half an hour in. This won't be enough for us. This won't be enough for us. We need someone to be a hero out there. This won't be enough for us. We need a goal. We need to win. There's still plenty of time, but it's been a bad start. We can't break Chelsea down. They've got lots of bodies behind the ball, and we just can't seem to find a goal to go in front. Are they going to hit us on the counter and go in front here? No, because Coutinho finds Henderson, and instead there's a chance on the break. Jordan Henderson, the captain, to Lallana with Salah running clear. Mohamed Salah for 1-0 to Liverpool just before the break, and we go in front of the travelling fans. Mohamed Salah was the hero against Everton with 2 goals, and he's put us in front here as well. A lovely ball by Lallana, the Egyptian with the finish against one of his former clubs, and he can't help but not show respect because we have the lead in the penultimate game of the season. Come on! Salah to Henderson. And these two have been our players of the season down the stretch so far. Henderson, lovely ball to Salah there as well. And he's round one, and it's still Mohamed Salah. It's still Mohamed Salah. It's a wonderful run by Salah. What a goal! Mohamed Salah gets his second and puts us 2 goals to the good. 3 minutes after the restart, our players of the second half of the season, Jordan Henderson and Mohamed Salah, combining for our second. A wonderful solo goal. In 2014, Chelsea beat Liverpool by 2 goals to 0 at Anfield, but in 2018 at the Bridge, we lead by 2 here in London. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 2. Our backline is stronger and our mentality is as well. Get in! We have learnt from our mistakes and we are stronger both physically and mentally. We were not going to let it happen again. 2-0 to the Reds. And maybe now a chance for a third goal. And Henderson, who's been amazing today, once again winning it back and starting the attack. Lallana. Oh, Lallana. Adam Lallana makes it 3 for the Reds with just under half an hour to go. And as we'll go into the final day against Brighton, we'll have the chance to win the title at Anfield. It's Henderson who starts to move off and Adam Lallana who finishes it. A lovely strike past Courtois. 3-0 to Liverpool. We have stood up and delivered when it mattered most. Chelsea 0, Liverpool 3. We refused to let it happen. We were not to be stopped. Our final away game and the penultimate game of the season ends in victory for the Reds. We win at the Bridge. Going into the final day, we'll take a lead in the title race. And as things stand, destiny is in our own hands. Beat Brighton on the final day and Anfield will be set for the biggest party it's ever seen.
Straightforward scenario, a dramatic scenario. Win the game, win the league. Should be quite a match, and it's live.
So the scenario on the final day is this. Spurs have to win to be crowned champions, and if they win, we have to win as well. And of course, a win in our game means that we're guaranteed to be champions. So it's Brighton at home here at Anfield. The 3 points secure our first ever Premier League title and Liverpool's first in 28 years. This is surely the game where Liverpool capture that elusive Premier League crown and Jordan Henderson cements his place amongst Liverpool folklore. It's Liverpool, it's Brighton, it's for the Premier League title. Let's go get it done. First chance for Brighton and Hove Albion. Oh my, Davy Proper firing it just over the bar. If that's a sign of things to come, then I must say, I'm a little bit nervous, because that is not the start we wanted to see in our hunt for our first ever Premier League title. I have no idea what happened there, but there was a free shot, and thankfully, he spurned it way over the bar. But here's Mane, back towards Henderson, in space to get a shot away. Oh, Jordan Henderson! Jordan Henderson fires Liverpool into the lead. 6 minutes in, the captain is putting in sensational performances to end the season. He knows what's at stake. The armband does not weigh heavy on his shoulders. He plays better under the pressure. Takes one touch, gets it out of his feet, and places one into the top corner, past the despairing dive of Tim Krul. The big man for the big occasion, Jordan Henderson leading Liverpool to our first ever Premier League title. What a goal from the captain! Couple of corners in succession for Liverpool here. Jordan Henderson going to take this one and whip it into the middle, looking for Daniel Sturridge, who heads it in. A goal and an assist for the captain. Liverpool 2, Brighton 0, 28 minutes in. It's been a sensational start from the Reds, and we are not going to let it slip on the final day. This title is ours. Anfield is set for the biggest celebration it's ever had. We go 2 goals to the good, and this has been a quite remarkable first half an hour from Jordan Henderson. And he's won it back again. He's won it back again. Jordan Henderson now driving forward. How is he doing this? How is he doing this? How is he doing this? Jordan Henderson! Jordan Henderson! 3-0 to Liverpool. I don't know what to say. This man has turned into a complete beast. A kiss to the camera, because he knows that he has stood up and delivered late on in the season. A driving, storming forward run from the skipper, and the coolest of finishes to match. Liverpool 3, Brighton 0. Give us the trophy at half-time. Burbage for Brighton as they try and mount a fight back here in the second half. He plays a 1-2 of his man. The shot comes in, it's a goal. And Brighton have scored. It's a lovely little move from Brighton. They've got a goal. Half an hour to go. Well, is there any more to this story? Well, that should do it. We may have conceded, but I think that is going to be the game. I think that is going to be the game. Henderson out wide, and there it is. The title is Liverpool's.
In the Premier League, they are the champions, Alan. You know what it's like to experience these moments. Put it into words for us.
It is a wonderful feeling, indescribable, and they've always retained a fantastic team spirit, and that's seen them through some of those difficult months.
Well, they will be bonded together forever as sharers of this superb triumph in the Premier League. So many months, Alan, of hard work have brought them to this podium and the proximity of the great trophy itself.
Yeah, they've had to bite the look at times, haven't they? But they've stuck together as well. Really organised outfit led by a top-class manager. Fully deserved winners.
Premier League champions! It's all part of a very special day, this, isn't it? To go and share the moment with the supporters.
Yeah, and I know the family are up in the stands too. It's one of those days you do not forget in a hurry.
Brilliant scenes here. Have to have the team photo, and they're getting ready for it now.
Yeah, one of those lovely scenes that you'll hang on the wall back at home.
And so that is the final Premier League table. Liverpool Premier League champions for the first time in the club's history as they win it by 2 points ahead of Spurs, 7 clear of City and 13 clear of Chelsea in 4th. What a memorable season for Liverpool. And so that will end this full Liverpool career mode story, guys. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the video, then please do consider leaving a like, as likes are of course very much appreciated and they really help the channel out as well. Don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know what team you want to see next in the full career mode story series. And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel, as I do post FIFA 18 career mode videos every single day. Liverpool, finally, Premier League winners, and isn't it deserved? Thanks for watching, have an awesome day, and I'll see you for the next full career mode story very soon.